So we're doing a quick kind of out of band update here because they announced new iPads this morning, they being Apple. And I'm going to talk about it because I've been bantering back and forth a bit on Twitter and on Mastodon about whether or not I'm going to be upgrading, since I'm known, at least to some of my friends, as the iPad developer guy. And the short answer is no, I am not updating right now. There's a few reasons I'm not updating. Number one is budget. I actually don't budget for things in advance. I usually wait, and that way it stops me from getting caught up in all the new and shiny and just running out to purchase everything that's out there. So not upgrading, number one, because of that. Number two, my iPad Pro 9.7 started shipping in sometime in 2016. I forget, May, March, one of those months. Anyways, so the most I've had it for is just barely over 2 years, and it's still perfectly serviceable then. It's got lots of life left in it. Why would I upgrade just because something new came out? It seems silly to me. It seems in so many ways monetarily wasteful to me. So that's another reason I am not upgrading currently. This 9.7 is just a great iPad still. It's perfectly fine, does everything I need. I never think that it feels slow. It's occasionally the screen size feels a little tiny, but it never feels terrible like that. And the third big reason I'm not upgrading right now is dongles and extras. So from what I can tell, the Apple Pencil that I have won't work with the new one. So I'm going to buy a new Apple Pencil, and that's $250 if I remember correctly in Canada. I've got to buy USB-C charging cables, so all these lightning cables I've got everywhere, they're no longer useful. So I understand we're likely going USB-C all around. That's great, but I don't have any right now. I've got to buy them. And then I got to rebuy a bunch of my other things like the SD card reader, my camera connection kit, stuff like this. Just all adds up and makes it more expensive. Now, I guess I do have one reason why it would be good to update, and that one reason is my wife's iPad. She's on a Mini 3, and she has expressed interest in having something new, and she knows that if I was to buy a new iPad Pro, she could have my current iPad Pro. And that sounds interesting to her, because the kids also steal her Mini 3 regularly to watch videos and stuff, and she would love to just have it for herself and not have to share it with everyone else. That's really the only reason that I would upgrade to the new iPad Pro at this point. But it still won't be for a few months because I need to budget, like I said. And once I've saved up enough, then I will really look at buying the new iPad Pro. They look pretty awesome though. They're faster, they're smaller, or they're bigger screens, depending on which model you're looking at. So that gives me a few months to decide whether the new 11-inch, which is the same size as the 10.5 but has a bigger screen, or the 12.9, which has a smaller footprint but has the same screen size. So lets me decide which one is the right one for me and for my uses. I think the 12.9 would be great at the office, but the 10.5 is the one I want to travel with, so or work out of the house with. So it's kind of a toss-up in the air. I already have the Mac I could use at the office for a big screen. So we'll just have to see where I end up with that. Thanks. I'd love to know if you're going to upgrade, what you think of them, whether you think it's worth it or not, or just what your thoughts are on the new iPad Pros.